Hello and welcome back, I'm bballjo, and this is another review of Your Republic. Today we thank Jacko for sending me this wonderful, humongous 100,000 citizens republic that really shows you how to use a randomly generated map correctly, with pre-built cities. So, welcome back. It's been a little while since I recorded any workers and resources videos for many reasons. But I am back, so that is pretty neat. And this republic is very much worth a look and some of your time to check out what happened here, because there's a lot going on, and again, it is a randomly generated map. If you know me, if you follow me for a little while, then you know I really actually like the randomly generated maps, because they do have a good mix of landscapes and water and reasons why you have to use different transportation systems, plus a good spread of resources. Generally, it's a little too broad because you usually have coal and iron right next to each other, or at least in a few places, so you can use it. But overall, I like the randomly generated maps. I don't often, or I never really play with the randomly generated maps with cities, simply because the pathfinding just gets totally messed up and I always see a lag when I do something with it, but that doesn't mean they're bad. So let's get started. The usual thing that I do in the beginning is try to figure out where we started, and honestly, my guess is simply based on looking at the map. I look at the map, and generally I expect people to start somewhere close to the border. As close as possible to the border, especially if you want to play somewhat cosmonaut or similar mode. And from what I can see, I don't know if this is cosmonaut mode. It's a really old map, and I guess if we look at the economy from forever, and look at the, I guess, import? I don't even know. The numbers are too big to even play with, so I don't know what's going on. I think we could turn on power to build. Yeah, no, none of this makes sense. I couldn't tell you from this when we started. I know that we started in 1960, and I know that we have a lot of money right now, but that's about it. So, yeah, but I feel pretty confident that we started in this corner simply because it's really close to the border, and there's a city built out from here, and there's the first production line built out from here as well. So I think we're going to start here and go around the Republic and see what happens. So first off, huge helicopter construction office. It just always looks lovely. That's all. This is a modded one, huh? Yeah, it's a modded one that has 3 helicopter ports by default. Just has a lot more mechanism spots. That's pretty cool. Maybe I'll use that. I don't know yet. And yeah, no, looks nice. Looks nice. There's an airport plopped right in here. I'm not sure how much use this is, but I don't mind it. Using it for workers, that's pretty cool. Yeah, using other modes of transport are a pretty cool thing. The city itself looks I don't know, looks fine, looks like something that someone could build just in the beginning of a republic. But honestly, looking at it a little closer, I feel that we have a lot of helicopter support here. I'm not sure if that is something that really happens when you start in 1960 on any level. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't, but I don't know. We got the harbors over here, beautiful, and then we have this huge oil processing unit where we have an oil refinery that's relatively well staffed, and looking at the employment, 12%, that's decent. I was usually saying get close to below 10%, but turns out with all the new updates, 10% is pretty dangerous, so a little above 10% or around 10% is really good, and that's where you want to be, because then you usually have enough employees left over for everything. Yeah, this setup is pretty self-explanatory. You have a bunch of tanks with probably oil and fuel and bitumen and all that other stuff. There's oil, there's fuel, there's bitumen. These probably got built after the fact just to make sure that everything spreads out a little bit, but no, I like it. And you're using a lot of natural resources or renewable resources for power production. That's pretty cool. I've never built a solar power plant. Never have. I don't know, I probably should. Especially since I play with always day, so I don't have rain that interrupts the power production here. So I think there's a good point to be made that I use this more. The wind power plants or the wind turbines, I don't care about that much, because the wind is very, it's just, I don't think it's random enough. It is very predictable, but it's never really there. but that's fine. But here's a pro tip. I'm not a pro, but I'm still going to give you pro tips. Here's a pro tip. If you do want to use renewable energy sources, use them in a way, I'm seeing if there's any connection here that I can use them in a way where all the sources are in the same general node. So everything feeds into one thing, because if you have them spread out, if you have power source here, a bunch of lines, I hope you can see me on my picture, power source here, a bunch of connectors and nodes, and then a renewable power source here, then once the renewable power source jumps on, it may have to push against the power that comes in from the other source, and that by itself would turn off power for just a little bit. Sometimes that's enough to make people angry, sometimes it's not. And then once the renewable power goes off, like wind energy, once the wind is too low, then it has to shift the other way and you have an automatic off again. That is not, sorry, found something I was looking for. That is not what you want. You want to have the constant pressure, the constant flow from one source. Then you can use the renewable energies a little bit better, and that's just a thing that I will tell you should do. You absolutely don't have to. Cool. Now that we got that solved, no, not solved at all, but we got that figured out at least a little bit. Let's continue going here. Thanks, autosave. That's really what I wanted you to do right now. I really, really like these Bombardier trains. They may only be in Germany, they may be in different places, but I like the look of them, and I'm glad they made it into Workers and Resources. Cool. Something that I want to point out right away before I go too far. Jacko used the border as a place to connect most of its infrastructure to, their infrastructure to. There is, obviously there is some space here, but he used it for power connectors, he used it for road connectors, he used it for rail, and it goes a little more extreme over here where the rail actually runs effectively on the border. That is honestly something I wouldn't mind doing more, where in all parts of the Republic where I have rail connectors, I should probably go close to the border and just have a rail line running there, because it's the best place to have rail, because you're not going to build anything else there. You're going to get close to the border, but you're generally going to stay away a little bit from the border anyways. Cool. Yeah, talked about that enough. What do we have here? A huge gravel production zone. This is not even a, this is like a sector of gravel production. And what do we have here? What is this? Rail construction office? Oh, that's cool. That looks actually really neat. Don't know what the difference is. Probably just the amount of stuff that you can store in here is just a little bigger, but I like it. Just a different look, and that's cool. Got the heating plant, got the construction things. Oh, there's a silo. Nice, that means I have a new silo now downloaded. Sweet. I was looking for a smaller cement silo that I can use, but I like this. And everything is with helicopter constructions. Again, because there are helicopter fields over here, I am doubting that I was right about we started in this area, just because of helicopters are so expensive in the beginning and it will take a lot of loans to get started. And other part is I don't see a pre-existing city here. So there was nothing that the map already generated. So I'm probably wrong about that. Anyways, it's not about me, it's about Jacko. So yeah, what else do we have here? We have some loaders for, looks like gravel. Is this an unloader? Aggregate, what? Aggregate unloading. Why is aggregate being unloaded here? That's very interesting. Oh, coal. Coal goes in there. Oh, that is neat. I like that. That's pretty cool. You're actually using this area not just for gravel, and you have a relatively large well, loading area here. This is pretty cool. This one, I would say this diamond crossing is a little too close. You should honestly put just a diamond crossing right here in this junction and allow really long trains to go in here without problems. And you also have too many signals in here. Let's see, yeah. All these signals just mean that there's not enough room for a train to come in here. So you should just have signals right here and no diamond crossing inside the sidings. Wow, my words are really hard to come out today. No diamond crossings inside the sidings. That will just allow longer trains, unless, of course, you're very strict about only allowing trains about the length of the loading stations that you have available, which I'm also a fan of. I kind of really like that, so that's pretty cool. But those are just my 2 cents. Something else I want to throw in here, because I really started liking it a lot, people that do this, I'm very happy with that. You extend the, and this is not for me, again, you extend just the end of your stations, then you build it, sorry, I said you build it, cool. And then you have bumpers. You have little bumper stops at the end of the stations, and they look, I don't know if they look cool or not, but they look, I like them. I like that deal. So if you have terminal stations like this that don't have bumpers at the end, maybe throw that in there. And at some point, we maybe have assets or something else where we can put trains in there as well. That'll be pretty cool. Just like a little siding that you can just build out with free assets. Yeah, that would be cool. Modders, could you please do that? So give me some rail assets that you can actually put on the rails. I'm thinking of the Transport Fever style of assets that I actually attach to the rail, but if that's not a thing, then that's fine too. But if you do, please get in contact with me, because I may even want to pay for that. That sounds awesome. Anyways, no, that's pretty cool. Got all this done. You can do the same thing I just did over here as well if you really wanted to. It doesn't add anything to the game itself, but it may add a little bit nicety to the rail. I don't know. It's fine. But there you go. I've got this area. I kind of like that there's this big mountain of forest right here. That's just cool. Highways. Maybe just foreshadowing with the next update and with actually having different road signs for different things, highways may become a thing that actually works again. Where you could say, well, I only want trucks on here, I only want cars on here, I only want buses on here. And then they have different speed limits that you have to observe, otherwise you can't go on there, and other things. I think there are a lot of options that we have to explore and can explore, and that will be pretty cool. This, having, oh no, it's technical service. Oh, I thought this was a distribution office, otherwise I would have said maybe this was the starter town. Because there is an actual pre-built city here that you did a really nice job of just working around it. Nothing here feels very alienated. It all feels like it belongs here. And no, this is just a really nice job. This one you probably had to do something dirty, get rid of a couple buildings here in the middle, but maybe not. I've seen cities that actually exist like this that don't have that problem. But no, this is nice. This does feel very much like, yeah, this was probably here, and then someone came and developed that area a little bit. Maybe this is a starter town. Maybe I say this area is a starter town. What do we have going on over here? Big greenery city. I kind of like that. Just the mountain there, just crawling into the city and taking over the man-made construction thingies slowly but surely. That's neat. Oh, this is nice. This just looks pretty, having these connections where they are. Let's see if there are any open. Yeah, just a couple. No, this is a pretty cool mod. What is this? That's the MV5. Cool. No, I like it. Got a little fire station there. Got a lot of buildings there. What is this? Hydropower generators. There's nothing wrong with that, pretty obviously. Are you connected to stuff? Yes, you are connected to stuff, but you paid really close attention to keep this as nice looking as possible without them overlapping. When I do it, I always overlap mine, and usually it looks ugly, but you did a great job here. With grid snapping coming in, this will be even prettier when you're done with it, because you can make them perfectly aligned with everything, and that is really, really exciting. I don't have to go back here, and I will go to this other harbor area over there once we get there. Don't worry, it looks pretty cool though. But yeah, look at all the ships that we have going on here. That's just inspiring. Yes, please do more of that. Bunch of distribution offices here, the small ones. I think the size is perfectly adequate for what we need. Even trying to produce your own animals. That's pretty cool. This livestock farm not produce pollution. Gotta check now. Livestock farm, regular one, environment pollution, 3.6 tons a year. So it does some, but I'm sure, yeah, health is fine. And oh, I didn't show you this yet. Effectively, everything is on besides crime and justice, and everything is on hard. So this seems to very clearly just work just fine. I do want to see what the pollution is, so I'm just gonna check it with a monitoring station. Anywhere, just build it. Thank you. Okay, you have your voltage, you have everything else, and see what the pollution is. Yeah, there's really not a lot of pollution coming from that building. That is pretty awesome. What's your production level? And you are at full production. And ooh, this is something that you should probably consider. Oh wait, all the workers are above 100% happiness, so, or above 100% productivity. Which, by the way, good job. pretty much max these out. Obviously, crime and justice is not on yet, but this is a pretty good accomplishment. Pretty proud of that. But seeing this, now I feel like maybe there's a food factory too that's producing. Yeah, I'm impressed to see that the pollution that we see here is so minimal, and it actually looked like you took care that you understood where the pollution would go, that we don't have that much pollution sitting here, unless this building, the food factory, which I should have available somewhere here. And I'm not trying to find faults in anything you did, that's not at all. But environment pollution 1.2 tons versus environment pollution 7.5 tons. This is 70, 90, no, this is 250. This should be a much bigger one. So, I don't know. There's something going on. Maybe it's this one. It's this one. 2.10 tons a year. So this mod has lower pollution than the vanilla mod. I would argue that probably breaks the gameplay a little bit. But hey, that also allows you to build a city like this. So I don't have a problem with it. You shouldn't have a problem with it either. I'm just investigating, just looking at it to see what we can learn from it. But no, this is pretty neat. If you can build a city this compact with the pollution not mattering, then that's great. You do have the distillery here, and the distillery seems to not produce anything right now because everything is full, so that's probably why the pollution is also pretty low. Nice. Rail-wise, very nice. Just a big rail field. Oh, that just looks nice. You have that little warehouse over here that's connected to stuff. That's pretty nice. Thanks, autosave. Didn't need you. And just have everything kind of connected here. There's a small warehouse. No, this is beautiful. And you have the highway going around here. Don't quite know why you didn't want to connect the highway with over and underpasses here. This takes away a little bit, but that's fine too. You don't have to. So no, this is nice. And the highway goes around. You have the bridges there. Oh, overall, this is pretty beautiful. Got a power plant here. I'm surprised to see how much power producing things you have in just the first 10 minutes. 18 minutes of this video. Wow, I'm sorry. Just a lot of power production, but I think you will be exporting a lot of that. Farms, 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 farms. Beautiful, looks great. I don't even care if they're maxed out or not. They seem like they're doing a lot of stuff, and that's really all I care about. And I'm sure these are set up in a way that they can collect everything all year round. Then you have extra distribution offices on top of, what is this? Are these all tractors and, yeah, tractors and combines. Cool. You probably have too many, but who cares? You have money, so it doesn't really make a difference. If something breaks down, you can always use them, right? I hope they add some maintenance component to this game later on. That'd be cool. Primo construction office. Yep, looks very primo, very nice, very compact. Like, I just like the look of this. What are those excavators? Oh, they look nice. They have numbers on the side. Sadly, they don't have different numbers. Can you change their number? Rename 334. Nope, that doesn't change the model, which I didn't really expect, but wanted to try it anyways. Another power producer. You see what I'm saying? I don't have time for that right now, but I do wonder a little bit how your power network is doing, if you have it overloaded, if you have diagnosed, if it's all working hyper efficiently. Seeing that this production is really low, I don't think you're probably overloading your network just a little bit, but that's fine. That's totally fine. You got a nice little city by the ocean, and you have a processing pier for livestock into meat. And wait, what? Fish processing pier. Import. You take livestock. Livestock, I guess, is fish. Oh, I saw this. I saw this. I want to show you this guy. He has this mod is a large fish production zone. And as you can see, there's a lot of material that can go in there. And these guys turn it into meat. I think that's an awesome, awesome mod. So this is called Primo, or Large Fish. Don't know what the mod is called, sorry. Then Small Fish Processing Pier. Those two look really, really awesome. And I would think, it's even hard to click on them now, but no, there was one. There was one, I saw one. There's one. It feels like a nice mod. It feels like it fits in here, especially on the maps with a lot of water. That really makes your life a little easier. These guys are processing it into something, and no, this is just good. And you have this guy with meat, this guy with meat. You have a forklift that moves it around. No, that's beautiful. You're doing all the things that need to be done. And the city itself, this looks kind of like a fishing town. So bravo on that. Good job. Nice work. Over here we have a city that's not producing anything, and over here we have some other fishing grounds. I don't know how many, and I don't know how they're split out, but I just like having these fishing ships out here, and they seem to produce a lot. So I kind of want to use this one. The only problem I have is maybe this does not require any input, so you get cows for free or meat for free. That feels a little wrong. They should take some grain. So again, modders, if any modders are watching, could you make me one of these where you actually have to bring grain to the fishing place, call it feed or something else, but we bring something to the fishing locations and feed the fish to grow them, and then you can harvest them. Just some amount. It doesn't have to be a lot. And then obviously you need ships that can bring that material out there. That would be cool. But no, I like that idea. I like that general idea. It's pretty cool. What do we have here? Iron, I think. Large iron production line. Yeah, no, this is just solid. Long conveyor belts. I know. I have my opinion. And a lot of you have already told me there's a really long conveyor line, I think 65 kilometers in Morocco, and one in Germany as well. So this is not very long because the whole map on the outside is 20 by 20 kilometers, and the playable area is 16 by 16 kilometers. So if you had a conveyor belt across the whole map, that would still be reasonably long. So shut up, bballjo. Thank you. What we have here? Just another city. This looks pretty solid. Just the city building here just looks, yeah, try to keep it square, try to keep things connected. That's pretty nice. There's a nice core to the city with extra large buildings for everything. Yeah, this is nice. Where do they go to work? Well, guess what? More power. More power. And these are the production numbers line up with how many workers are in here, so that's good. But yeah, that's nice. Ooh, look at this huge rail setup. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not going to attempt, but it looks like it would be really complicated to try to understand everything that's going on here with all the different rail loading and unloading stations, but haven't been able to go through this and actually make it look nice, that's awesome. And look at this pier. I just see that this is perfectly straight. I'm going to call it perfectly straight. If anyone argues with that, you're wrong. No, this is perfectly straight. I like how this is aligned. This is all feeling right. And it's just like a big harbor area. That is just solid work. Really, really impressive. Very nice. Very nice. I like. Yeah, big bridge here to make sure that ships go under it. That makes perfect sense. The road construction stop there. Again, a lot of rail here, and that is pretty neat. I like it. Cool. What else? What am I missing? I'm trying to speed through things a little more now than before, but I think I understand why. This makes sense at the very least. So there's that. A lot of rail connections, that makes sense. You have steel here, you have steel here, you have this as a through station. I understand everything that you do in here. It looks great. You have a fence around it. Yeah, I'm playing with fences too. It's always hard to know what the right fencing style is and if you should put some concrete like you did here or not. And I see you did some asphalt on these areas as well. It looks very nice, by the way. But it's always like, there's all this greenery. Do we need to concrete that? Do we need to asphalt that? I don't know. Figure out. We have to figure out something that works and then just make it work, and that's pretty neat. But I like it. Okay, and then you have a lot of forest here into what do we have over here? This looks like a chemical plant. That's pretty nice. Yeah, no, I like this. I like this. How do you have it set up? You have it set up with some forklift garages. Just one. That's impressive. Then you have this big warehouse that has chemicals in there. Then you have these guys that get delivered to via trucks. No, this is pretty nice. You have a lot of gravel here, even a gravel production line. This feels overkill unless you used it for a lot of other constructions. But no, overall, it's just there's a lot going on in this republic. There is nothing. Well, the harbor was amazingly well done, but there's nothing overall just jumping out at me. Everything just fits really well into each other, and that alone just paints a really, really great picture. I like it. Ooh, big city. And we got these trains again, and a lot of rail. There's a lot of rail. I will try to at least let you ride on something for 5 minutes at the end. This is a really nice looking station. Just the area itself is a really nice looking station. Maybe we can go back here eventually. But yeah, look at all these buildings. This takes time to make it look like this. Pretty simply put, and this is great. This is great. I may even take this as a screenshot. I don't know yet. But there you are. More farms, very smart, because you need farms pretty much everywhere. More ships, just a big ship and railway production line. Very nice, very nice. I like that. The vehicle production line. So everything that needs to get produced is over here. Plus you have a nice large harbor area where you painted in everything with asphalt and with concrete. Very cool. Very, very cool. You're using the container mods. That's very nice. And long trains that actually fit into your stations. That all is pretty awesome and takes a lot of attention to detail. These guys perfectly aligned again. This guy over here does exactly what it needs to do. That's nice. You use this big old warehouse to do whatever you need to do. Here, the only thing I would say is you could have used potentially some road and forklift crossings. I think that would have made it look a little nicer, but this is totally functional. I just don't think it's super realistic, but I understand why this happens. Absolutely. And I'm pretty impressed by that you actually fit it in here, because that building probably caused you a lot of issues for a long time. Yeah, we have another bridge over there. I think you're just against level crossings, which I also totally get, because you shouldn't have them unless you absolutely have to, or you have a road that is pretty much not used. I like this. You have your bridge, and there's a little mountain over here that you're using to get over that. No, this is just autosave, go away. This all looks great. What do we have over here? Uranium production. Oh my. Gigantic storage for all the uranium that you could ever use. And another power production. And another heating plant. How do you get the coal here? Via a really short train. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. And I'm assuming this is the warehouse for... Oh, it's just a meat warehouse. Interesting. I would have expected something else. What does this one do? Electronics, you're using different containers for different materials. That is pretty cool. Very cool. What's in here? No, maybe not. Maybe just using different containers for different cities. Either way, that looks pretty neat. What is this? Do you get people up there? I'm guessing you have a bus. How do you get people in here? Number of workers, 69. Oh, the bus station is here and everyone goes to Cableway Station. That makes sense. Then you're going through here all the way to the city. The city is kept relatively small, but I think that's fine for a uranium mine. That makes perfect sense. And you have enough workers for all of this to get production going. And then you have a special fire station up here. I like that. That's pretty cool. No, this is just nice. This is just thought out. Well, I need uranium and nothing else, and you build a city for it. That's awesome. Took a lot of terraforming, I can see right here. Is there anything to the right that I'm missing? I don't think we've been here, right? Nope, definitely haven't been here because I was here. Oh gosh, there's so much. I'll try to speed up a little bit here. So another large industrial sector with lots of rail. I love rail. Rail is awesome. Everything is connected nice. You have these level crossings everywhere, or the triangle junctions, is that a name for it? I don't know, but it looks very nice. Oh, another big airport. This is beautiful. I'm actually currently, or someone on my Discord is trying to figure out what airports are most effective and efficient. No idea what they are yet, but this looks really nice. Just the way it's laid out, everything goes to back here. Not sure... Oh, that's a... I thought this was actually taken off or something. That's a pretty cool touch. By the airport have a big... The Russian Concorde is called Tupolev. Yes, that's what I meant. So, no, that's just a pretty nice airport. And then you have a little tourism thingamajig over here, and then a large industrial city. That's just, you have a big airport, you should have a large industrial city. Huge stations. That makes perfect sense. I think you can probably have people run between there, but maybe you don't want that on purpose, and that's totally fine. Obviously, that's totally fine. No, this is just nice. What we have over here. This one, to be fair, this looks a little messy. There's a lot going on. There are helicopters down here. You can probably barely tell. There are helicopters down here. There's rail down here. There is shipping something down here. There is coal processing down here. There's another power plant over here. Just there's a lot going on. What is this? Stone quarry. Looks interesting. I consider that. It's weird that it's just a circle of stone and there are two excavators in there, but hey, that's fine. Let them do what they want to do. But there's just a lot going on here. I personally think a more cleanly segregated industrial sector is more attractive, but that doesn't mean anything because what the heck do I know? Exactly, right? That's just pretty. A lot of rail. I don't see that many trains driving up and down in this republic, but then again, I haven't really ran the game forward a lot, but overall, everything seems to flow. But just like me, I think you may have overbuilt your rail network just a tiny bit. Maybe it's because a lot of trains are waiting for reasons. Maybe this one cannot unload the stuff that it has. You have alcohol that you can't unload. You have mechanical, you see what I'm saying, that you just have trains that can't go anywhere, and maybe you have single trains on a lot of your routes, and that's totally fine. But yeah, there's a lot of capacity here. Maybe try to overload a little bit. This city, again, is cute. It's just here. There's this thing, Oceanarium, right next to the lake. That makes perfect sense. It's funny to me because a lot of cities do that. It's just like, here's an oceanarium because we're right next to the ocean. It's just like, okay, or next to a lake. Which, honestly, local fish, local fisheries, local native fish are sometimes really cool to keep in your own aquarium. Actually considering that I like aquariums, and every once in a while I start a new aquarium and then it fails for some reason. The last one I did was a biosphere that was supposed to be small enough to take care of itself, but it was too small, or I was too impatient because I wanted more. And then it didn't go very well. What do we have here? Just, this is cool. Just a large, use up all your space that you have to do whatever you need to do with this. That honestly looks pretty nice. I like it. Where are we? Where are we on the map? We're going back. So we started down here. I still have to go to this harbor. We've seen this airport. We haven't seen that airport, and I still have to go through all of this because I'm trying not to miss something, because something is probably inspirational to someone down the road, so I don't want to miss that. But no, again, I like how many tracks you have everywhere. It's just, get more trains moving. I think it'll be really nice. Yeah, so there are the oil fields that we looked at earlier. Not the oil fields, but the oil production lines. This is just cool, having this many trains parked here that all want to fill up with coal, or unload coal, I think in this case is what they're trying to do. That's pretty nice, and I do like these huge storages for harbor areas, which is what we're doing right here. Simply because you don't want to have to build 12 different vanilla storage units, aggregate storage units to just fill up one ship. That just feels unnecessary and overbloated, and it just feels wrong. I'd rather have something big like this, and I think I'm going to do that once I get to the harbor areas, and that's pretty nice. Yeah, no, over here, there's stuff going on. That's pretty nice. Let's look at the next airport. And just looking at this, it makes me wonder, are you using this airport to transport your grain? Crops, whatever you want to call it. It feels like you are, because all you have is a... oh no, this is a passenger airport. Now I'm confused. This is the cargo terminal. So you are using both. How many vehicles do you have going here? Just one from there. That's neat. And over here, there's nobody at the cargo airport at this point. That's the way it is, I suppose. I don't know. I don't know why, and I don't know why not. Well, I do know that a cargo train is more effective than a cargo plane. Oh, this is cute. It has the helicopter connectors on the outside, and it looks like they're part of this. So you could have helicopters pick up from here directly, or rail, or something else. So I like the setup a lot. Oh, and then it looks like you have all this food and slaughterhouse and everything else going on over here as well. That's just pretty neat. Oh, maybe you're bringing in crops. You don't export crops from here. That would make sense too. But as you have rail right now, maybe you had this airport built before you had the rail done, so you could actually start with this production zone. Totally possible. And also totally neat. There's a bus here. Where are you coming from? There's the city. Boniji. Yeah. City looks fine. I don't feel like I have a lot of content or comments on that. I think we looked for everything that was going on over here. Yeah, that was this airport, so let's jump over to this city quick. Oh, this is Uranium. It looks very familiar. This is a very nice and clean setup. I can appreciate this. So keep that up, please. Cool. Let's look at the last few areas that we haven't gotten to yet, and I hope I'm not forgetting anything else. Yeah, it's just a lot of gravel. I feel that you don't need this much gravel, and this is, I think, a place where if you have this much capacity on your rail network, that you could easily add several trains to just export gravel. Gravel by itself is not worth a lot, but if you export a metric load of it, then I think it will be totally worth it, and eventually just pay for itself. But at the very least, all your trains will add to the network and make it look a lot busier than it is. Like right now in this area, I don't see anything moving, and I think that could make it really cool. What do we have here? Pretty city. Just nice layout. I even have a little pier over here with a Ferris wheel and a beach and other things. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. And I can see that most of this is, like, your style is very clear. It's very me, I want to say. It's very functional. It's not overly pompous. It's not ugly. It's just something in the middle where you just know this works. And that's, the city is not there to look pretty. The city is there to have the workers work. And every once in a while, we try to make something look a little more unified. And it does. And we square it up, and it looks really nice. But overall, we make it more functional than anything else. Another power plant, of course, over here with a lot more uranium and alumina plants. Yeah, this is just, I like it. It feels like what you've done is take what you needed, built the industries, and made sure that you have the cities to support them. And you kept the cities small enough that you didn't have to worry about anything, but you make the industrial areas as big as you could. And over time, they grew a little bit every once in a while, and sometimes they didn't. That's honestly pretty cool. I like that you have your road network built out in several different locations. I don't know if this meant that there was a gravel road already available at some point and you just added the secondary road next to it. But honestly, it doesn't matter. It looks nice. It looks nice. And it's very busy, and a lot of stuff was taken care of. I did want to find, I think this one is what I wanted to find. I did say I would like to spend a little bit of time just following these guys around. Are we going to go, we're not going to go at single speed. I think I want to go at double speed. Otherwise, we may never be done with this. Can you leave? Someone? There we go. Now we're moving. Too fast. Let's try this one. Oh no! Did I pick the worst train that I could have possibly picked here? I don't know. There's even a tram network right next to it. No, this is very nice. Yeah, we're just gonna go at this speed. I like that. No, we're not. Stop. That was not what I wanted to see. As you can see on this side, the network is a little bit overloaded because the workers. No, not the workers. This is the bus that we're on. Sorry, the train that we're on. I thought they were leaving the train, but they're not. Turn this off again. So, yeah, no, this is Jacko. Great work. I like what you're doing here. It's a very good example of what to do with a randomly generated map, because they're actually really nice to play on, because they usually have everything you need and a little bit more. They give you a little bit of a challenge, but they also give you a little bit of an inspiration of what you need to do. That's awesome. Are you using this many tracks everywhere because you have passenger service and cargo service separated? Very interesting. Oh, do you have the double-decker containers over here? That's awesome. I haven't seen them yet. But no, this is it. I haven't tried that. I try to keep everything on one line, but maybe this works a lot better for you. What I'm a little surprised by is it looks like the outside of these tracks have electricity, and the inside of the tracks have just diesel. So I don't know, maybe you were trying to do something different here. Maybe you're not fully done yet with the electrification of things. Several different things could be the reason here. Oh, there's a nice connection. Love it. Cool. No, well done, Jacko. Thanks for sending me this. And if you guys want to have your Republic reviewed, shown off, fixed, or any other things, please don't hesitate. Contact me on Discord. There is a save game FAQ on the server. Please read that. It sounds like a lot of points, but in the end, all I need you to do is save your file, regular save. Go to that file. Sorry, save your game with your name. Just your name. That helps me find it again because your name should be unique. Then go to that file location and take the folder, zip it up. Don't change anything about the name or anything else, and send it to me via ideally Google Drive, but there are probably other solutions as well. Just send it to me so I can download it. Then when I can open it, usually the game will download all the mods that I need, and then I can show it. The only necessity that I have is the game has to run smooth enough to make a video about it. This Republic is 105,000 or about 100,000. That is fine, but there's so much going on that the frame rate is a little lower, but I think it is good enough to show it. Sometimes I just can't move on the Republic and then I can't show it. And that's really the only restriction I have for what I show and what I don't show. So thanks everyone very, very much for watching. You've been a great audience. Yes, that's what we're going to go with. And I'll see you hopefully again next time. Again, thanks Jacko for sending this. I hope I've been saying that right. Otherwise it's Jacko. Maybe, no. I don't know. I'm probably saying it wrong, but I tried my best. I'm not being malicious or anything else when I say it in a bad way. But I hope you understand that. Anyways, thanks for coming. This was a great rail map, so keep it up. Bye.